guys, my name's Sydney. So in this video I'll be talking about my transfer experience to USC. I previously made a video with one of my friends about how we transferred to USC and UCLA in 1 year. So if you want to see that video, I'll link it down below. So to give a little bit of background, when I was a high school senior, I decided to apply to USC and a lot of other UCs and Cal Poly Pomona and Cal Poly Sloan. Out of all those schools, I only got into Cal Poly Pomona. So I had to choose between going to community college and going to Cal Poly Pomona. At first, I was thinking I was gonna just go to community college and then transfer to a UC. But after visiting the campus, I thought I would just give it a try and see how the first year went. So when I got to Cal Poly Pomona, I was a political science major. And what I noticed about the school was that it's a really big commuter school. So what this means is that a lot of people live in the area, and so they drive to school, take all their classes, and then right after the classes are done, they'll just dip. So that isn't really what I wanted out of a college experience. I really wanted a place where everyone was kind of on campus and everyone would study there late at night, and I didn't really feel that way. Another really big thing that I wanted out of a college was huge school spirit. And in my opinion, I didn't feel like Cal Poly Pomona had a lot of school spirit because there wasn't a lot of focus on sports. So that's another big reason as to why I wanted to transfer as well. So I made my decision to transfer to USC during my freshman year winter break. And so I had like a month to complete the application since it was due in February. And then I got accepted at the end of May. After I got accepted to USC, I had to figure out the housing situation. So something about USC is that they don't guarantee housing for transfers, which is pretty problematic because a lot of transfers have to end up living off campus their first year unless they're able to snag a spot on campus. So when you apply for housing at USC, you have many different options. So you can be placed into freshman housing, which is the typical freshman dorms, or the suites, or also you can have the chance to be able to live in the village. It's a pretty low chance that you'll be able to live in the village because a lot of the spots are already filled up. I was able to get a spot in the suites, and so I lived in a building called Parkside International Residential College. So that is a freshman suite, but luckily there were other transfers that lived there too. So I lived with 7 other transfers, and so in total there were 8 of us. I will also be probably doing a room tour of Parkside in the future as well. So I got really lucky with my housing situation, but I know that with other people, if they weren't able to get on campus housing or they got in like the freshman dorms, it was a little more difficult to be able to make friends within your building. Something that USC doesn't do very well is helping transfers kind of get adjusted to the new like school life. So they kind of just like throw us out there and expect us to just kind of figure everything out on our own. I guess they think it's because like we're older, but at the same time we are going to a new school, and I think that there are things that like we still need help with as well. You can really see the difference with the way like they kind of like treat the freshmen versus the transfers, so that's something kind of to keep in mind. So something that a lot of people don't talk about when you're a transfer is like making friends. So I kind of can contrast the two experiences since I was a freshman at another 4-year university and going into school at USC. So when I was a freshman, it was like pretty easy to make friends because everyone's out there trying to make friends. You know, everyone wants to find their friend group and really like find out like who they are in college. By the time you're a sophomore, everyone kind of already has like their friend groups, so no one's really like searching for like to find like their newest best friend. So when I talk to a lot of other transfers, they kind of have this similar experience where it's like it's kind of hard to make friends if you don't already know kind of like a lot of people. So in terms of my experience at least, I got really lucky because I lived with other transfers, like I said before, and my roommate, we chose each other before, so we were talking on Facebook before and like we decided to choose each other as roommates, and so we got really lucky because we became like really really close, and then one of my other suite mates I became really close with as well, so I got lucky in that sense. But I think something to keep in mind when you transfer is that you need to go out there and make an effort to make a lot of friends. No one is really going to come to you and try to like be your friend, I guess. So what I did is, before I knew I wanted to transfer, is I knew I wanted to join a pre-law frat, because at the time I was pre-law. So I joined a pre-law frat my first semester, and I think the experience was pretty good. I made a couple friends there, but still, after getting into the frat and everything, I still felt like I was missing something. And so I think that there were a lot of times where if I didn't have anything to do with the frat and I wasn't doing school stuff, there were a lot of times where I was just like really lonely, because I didn't have that many friends there besides like my suite mates who were my closest friends, but they were also joining other organizations as well. So then when I went in my second semester, I knew for sure I wanted to get more involved. So I decided to join a community service organization, and I think through there I was able to find like a lot more of my friends and people that I really got along with. I think what you should do is just go out and explore so many different organizations, because there's so many opportunities out there. You just have to go and look for them. You can't expect anything to just come to you, because that's not how it works. So especially if you're a transfer, like, you need to just like make efforts, just talk to people in your classes. Like, I really found that like just talking to other people in my classes, you'll find that you have a lot of other similarities as well, because you're probably the same major. So I think like finding a good friend group is like really important in college, and making sure that you're doing activities that you actually really enjoy. So I think like biggest takeaway is like you need to make sure that you're getting involved, because like college is the time to like explore and like figure out like what you want to do in the future, and like make like friends that are supposed to like last forever. So in terms of like academics, I think that USC, for me at least, is such a good fit. So like I said before, I didn't think that Cal Poly Pomona was the best fit for me academically, because I really wanted to be challenged. So when I went into USC, I was taking classes that I really enjoyed. And my first semester there, I was taking 2 international relations class, 1 GE, a law class, and Chinese, because I have to take a language from the school that I'm in. By the way, the school that I'm in is Dorrance Life, so you have to take at least up to like the level 3 of the language, whatever language you decide to choose. So something that everyone talks about and everyone knows when you go to USC is the connections and all the opportunities. And they're actually really true. The Career Center always has like job opportunities, internship opportunities that you just have to apply for. So when you go to USC, make sure you take advantage of those opportunities, because you're paying so much, so you need to take advantage of them. For example, I one day was just scrolling on the Career Center website, and I noticed that there was this internship that I could apply for to go to Asia and do an internship. And so it's like opportunities like those where you have to really just like look, because they're there, but like no one's gonna outright tell you about them. So you want to make sure that you're staying proactive and taking advantage of the opportunities that they have to offer. So some of my key takeaways from this year are that you want to put yourself out there and take advantage of the opportunities that come. So you're not, like I said before, you have to really work to try to make friends, and don't expect people to just come to you trying to be your friend. Because in reality, if you're a sophomore or a junior, like, people already have their friend groups. So you want to put yourself out there and really like talk to people in your classes and join lots of organizations. Like, I think if you don't join organizations or do things that you're actually enjoying, college just won't be fun for you, because a lot of times you can just sit in your room and do nothing, or you can go out there and do something that you enjoy. In terms of academics, make sure you go to your professor's office hours and talk to them. You want to build those connections, because they can provide you with internship opportunities if you just continue to build that bond with them and show that you're actually interested in what they're doing. For example, if you're interested in a professor's research, if you continue to talk to them during office hours and stuff, maybe they'll give you a research position. You never know, so you just want to take advantage of that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another video, like a Q&A. So if you have questions about my transfer experience or about how I got into USC, anything like that, just leave them in the comments down below and I'll try to answer them.
Hi, so this is me editing right now, and I realized that I completely forgot about mentioning the fact of like whether or not I actually enjoy going to USC, and I just want to clarify that I am so glad that I decided to transfer to USC. I think that if I had decided to stay at Cal Poly Pomona, I definitely wouldn't be as happy as I am right now, and I think that USC has opened up so many opportunities, like I said in the video, but I just wanted to emphasize this again. And I just think that it is a really good fit for me. So if you're watching this and you're trying to decide on whether or not you want to go to USC, I think that you should think about what exactly you want out of a school and see if your values line up with what the school has to offer you. And if so, then I think you should choose it. But if not, then I think you should think about your other options that are out there.
I think that's it for the video. So if you have any other questions, just drop them down in the comments down below and I'll try to get to answering them in a Q&A, or I'll just comment, or I'll just reply back to your comment. Yes. Thank you so much for watching.